Good morning and welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie. And this morning I have an amazing guest. My good friend Kara was with me today, and you do not want to miss this. So share this out. Tell all your friends, tag them right now. Here we go. It's going to be a fun day. All right, here we go. Do you want to know how amazing people connect? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie.
Thanks for connecting. And if you like what you hear, please share.
Special thank you to our sponsors of Marketing with Russ, Satellite Gaming, Tendy Tech, and the Alzheimer's Association. For more information on Satellite Gaming and their ministry, go to satellitegaming.net. And for more information on Tendy Tech and their cybersecurity services, go to tendytech.com. And finally, for the Alzheimer's Association and how to give to this amazing organization in the fight against Alzheimer's, go to alz.org. Music by Connor Hedge and Protestant, used with permission. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie. And we would be there if, there we go, if I took that off the screen. So great to see everybody this morning. Doing too many things at the same time this morning, but it's all good. You got a good look at our guests this morning and our sponsors who we are so thankful for. And I'm just going to throw this up again. Satellite Gaming, Jim Reed is sponsoring them, a great youth ministry, gaming, and Tendy Tech here in the Willamette Valley, and the Alzheimer's Association, pretty much everywhere. You go to alz.org for them. So many great organizations and sponsors here. I don't even know what to say. So blessed and so thankful to be able to bless them. And so today is going to be an awesome day. I'm so excited to have Kara here today. We're going to have a great chat. Welcome all the friends in today. I see people are already rolling in. And so just want to make sure that people remember, share this out right away and let people know, because it helps to remind them. So you can tag your friends right now or hit the share button. Let people know. It would be such a great help if you do that, because it's Monday morning and people are just getting rolling. And so we want to make sure that everybody is ready to go and knows we're on. And that's always so important. So I want to talk to you about Marketing with Russ, because if you haven't been here before, or even if you have, what in the world is Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie? Well, let me tell you, it's all about how amazing people connect, like Kara today. Amazing people that are connecting through so many different avenues of life. And I am so blessed to have such amazing friends. And so today I'm thankful that Kara's here, but you know what? I'm thankful you're here watching today, and you can connect not only with me and Kara, but you can also connect with people in the comments today. So please jump on board and do that today. Love for you to do that. Also, I, of course, love to connect. Go to russhedge.com today. That's the best way to connect with me, russhedge.com. Love for you to reach out to me any way that works best for you, whether it is on social media, my email, my phone number. You can even schedule time directly on my calendar to connect with me and Zoom with me. I'd love for you to do that. If we have not had a chance, please do. Also, please connect and subscribe to our YouTube page today. That's right. Our YouTube page is growing. And I'm telling you, all these amazing live streams are on there, all in one spot. So besides this going live on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook, it sits on LinkedIn and YouTube forever, Facebook for 30 days. So you go back and watch that at any time. And YouTube has them all connected in one spot. So you go to the live tab, you can see all the hundreds and hundreds going on, thousands of live streams, because just this, we're approaching 550 just on Marketing with Russ. And then we have the Experience Live with Russ and Scott, the Experience Local, Russ Reels Live. They're all there. And on YouTube Shorts, not only can you see the marketing tip of the day, which we're going to do shortly, but you can also see my amazing funny pets, because my beagle and my cat, they seem to be more popular than me. So you can see them every morning on the YouTube Shorts. So check that out today. Also, the marketing tip of the day, which we're going to do here shortly, gets cut out, put on those YouTube Shorts and all social media after this separately, so you can actually view and share that as well. But that's another benefit of YouTube, because it's right there on Shorts and easy to get to. So please subscribe today. Okay, now how do you do that? You say, well, if you know the name of the show, it'll be a piece of cake. Marketingwithruss.live. That's all I got to type in. Marketingwithruss.live will take you directly to my YouTube page. That's right. Simple as that. So, I mean, how much simpler can I make it? If you want to go to my website, you know my name, russedge.com. You want to subscribe to my YouTube, marketingwithruss.live. Ta-da! Simple and easy. So hope that you do that today. One more reminder, please share and tag your friends. Let them know what's going on, because we want to make sure people know right now that we're on live. And it's so great because so many people do watch on replay, because it's hard. Not everybody can watch live. I get that. But the reminders always help people. It helps me, I know, tremendously. So a couple more things behind me. Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose, my original book, teach you to live life with purpose and perspective, living a life with a great mindset, learning to live your life that you choose. I know that life happens to you all the time. You can't control that, but then you get to choose. That's my follow-up book coming out this fall. Life Happens, and Then You Choose. So look for that. Also, the 4 anthologies that I wrote part of with many other amazing authors. Number 1 on Amazon, international bestsellers. One of them, Perspectives on Cancer, which is how I originally got connected with Kara, who's here today. So many great things there. So look for those also. And you can find them all at russedge.com, or you can find them on Amazon. You can find them there as well. So go look for that today, and would love to have you take part of that. Okay, so every Monday and Thursday, we do the marketing tip of the day. Marketing tip of the day is just kind of a little way to inspire you, encourage you, get you lifted up for the day. It's short, easy, simple, a little truth. And I'm sure you've heard about this one before, but I love this. So I was reading about this morning. Here we go. This is a good one for today. Are you ready? So this will get cut out, like I said, and separate, and you can watch it separately later or share it separately later. Okay, here you go. You ready? This is your marketing tip of the day. Be the change you want to see. That's right. You're looking for life to be different and there to be positive change in life. Well, you can be that change. You can make that difference. You can make an impact on all those around you. Be the change you want to see. When you take actions on your thoughts and what your goals are and what you're trying to achieve in life, then you start that change process, and others can jump on board and be part of that today. You know, thoughts are so important, because you change your thinking, you change your life. Then you make goals and you plan, but then you got to take action. So today, be the change you want to see. Get out there, do positive things, have a positive perspective, cheer others on, and encourage and inspire them. That's how you do it. And so today, be the change you want to see. And that is your marketing tip of the day. Okay, there we go. All done with that. So that'll get cut out. Look for that on YouTube Shorts and social media. And we're going to get Kara in the room. She is ready. Hey, Kara.
Hello, Russ. How are you?
I am doing good. Morning is my time, so I am ready to roll. It's Monday. It's a new day. I love Mondays, so it's just, let's do this, right? So,
Yeah.
for those that don't, I already know how amazing you are and the great things you
Oh,
do. So, why don't you tell everybody else who is the amazing Karen Onorato and what are you up to?
well, I think I'm up to more things than I have time for, but so just starting with the latest news. I've recently switched jobs and moved to Florida. I was working for a medical device nonprofit based in Arlington, and now I am back to my love in the federally qualified healthcare space, working as the CFO for MCR Health in Bradenton, Florida. So I have relocated since May 1st to the Apollo Beach, Florida area, and getting to learn a whole new scenery, a whole new traffic pattern, and I'm back in the office 5 days a week after 5 years working remote. So it's been a whirlwind 7 8 weeks or whatever. But what do I do in my spare time? I like to cook. I like to travel. I like to advocate on behalf of cancer research, access to healthcare, and other social issues. My background is in accounting and finance and leadership, but I think that you could take leadership components to anywhere in your life, and as well as being the change that you want to see, right?
Right. Well, and you are such a positive force. Talk a little bit about, we know we originally met through, and you talked about advocating. We
Yeah.
originally met through Tim's own perspectives on cancer and all of that.
Mhm.
And it was such a blessing to meet you in person. I think, have we met twice or just once in
No, it was
person?
twice. It was two
That's what I
two different
thought.
times.
I thought it was 2
Yeah,
years. Yeah. So,
yeah,
yeah, what a blessing. And talk a little bit about your ties to all of that and how
sure,
you like to advocate and you're part of that organization.
sure. Well, like most of people in the world, been touched by cancer in my personal life. Not me personally, but the people that I love and that I care for. It started back when I was probably like 8 years old, I think, when my paternal grandmother passed away from cancer, and I didn't really understand what that meant. I just knew she wasn't here any longer. And over the years, that kept being a reoccurring theme in my life. Cancer kept showing up. I know we say showing up for perspectives on cancer with our involvement with Tim, but really, cancer literally kept showing up in my life, um, one way or another. It took my maternal grandmother and my paternal grandfather as well, many aunts, uncles, great aunts and uncles, friends. Even at the early age of 18, I had a friend of mine pass away from leukemia, and I really was mad at cancer. I felt angry that we couldn't possibly have a cure for cancer yet. Even at that time, I mean, I was 18, 19, we'll say, so 20, 30 plus ish years ago. But
Wow.
and I always felt like I wanted to do something about it, but I'm not a clinical person. I just love on people, and I let God work through me. And that's kind of where it started. But then over the years, my daughter kind of picked up on some of that advocacy as well. And unfortunately, she ended up having her own battle with leukemia. In 2015, she was diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia. And then in 2017, after many different treatments, clinical trials, bone marrow transplant, and everything, she ended up passing away from sepsis related to the leukemia and graft versus host. And that's kind of what really catapulted me out into the ether with greater force, to be honest with you, Russ. Um, and I just felt like she had a purpose on this earth, like we all do. And somehow I feel like that purpose is now mine, so to speak. She too believed in advocating in the cancer space even prior to her getting sick. She's donated her hair and her time and all the things growing up. And her own grandfather on her father's side had passed from cancer. So she too felt passionately, and she kind of got me involved. And that's what started it. I just started posting things on LinkedIn, trying to raise money for Leukemia and Lymphoma Society in her memory, because that was an organization that she championed behind. And that's how I met Tim and met you and all the wonderful people that are associated with Perspectives on Cancer.
Yeah, well, it's really amazing because this whole journey, it kind of life is definitely a journey. I mean, through the circumstances you've had and people in your life, and how that's propelled you to advocate for that. That's similar to how it started with me. I had friends and family. My dad died of lung cancer. My had good friends that died of cancer. I was supporting Tim in Perspectives on Cancer. In fact, the first show that I did was about my dad's cancer and how about being, a caregiving son, I guess, with my dad and all of that. And so it was interesting. And also a couple other organizations that I was involved in. And then I was at a rally for a good friend. This was just months before she actually passed away. She had battled with cancer for a long time, was just a great friend. She was an ambassador with me in one of the chambers locally, just super great person. At that event, I had just found out that I was diagnosed with melanoma. And at that point, it was pretty low grade. It was 2A. It was just on my foot. I was not really, I mean, it's always scary when they say you have cancer, but based on what they said they were going to do from the surgery, I thought they'd get it. It'd be no big deal, not knowing it was going to metastasize throughout my entire body, over the time. And so it was interesting that I told another friend who was in charge of another organization dealing with cancer at that event, that now I was looking at it from a whole new perspective. So that journey goes, it's crazy how that happens. But I am still with you 100%. Any way that we can advocate and move the needle forward is always a plus thing. So talk a little bit more about that. You're raising money, you're doing things. Are you planning to come to the live conference again this year?
God willing, I'll be there. I hope to make it again this year.
Good.
Honestly, it started off like small little grassroots things here and there. Even prior to my daughter getting sick, Russ, I had a couple friends who, had cancer, and they didn't this is before the Affordable Care Act, and so they didn't have access to insurance or care. And so helping, them do a grassroots fundraiser to help them ease some of the burden of their family, because where I'm from is Erie, Pennsylvania, and at the time, there really wasn't any cancer care to speak of in that area, and you had to go down to Pittsburgh. Well, you know how many doctor's visits you have to go to when you're first diagnosed and when you're getting treatments, and when you have to show up because some of the treatments aren't doing what you thought they were going to do. And, just helping them have the means to maybe have gas money or to be able to eat while they're down there, and then help him. And ironically, again, my daughter was involved in all of those efforts. I always hit her up, come on, we have to go make gift baskets or raffle baskets or, something simple. And then when she became ill, she started her own advocacy work and fundraising. And she started with Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. She started to organize 2 different walks. They do like the night walk. It used to be in way more cities before COVID, but unfortunately they had to scale back quite a bit. But she was organizing a team in our hometown of Erie, Pennsylvania. And she was organizing a team in Atlanta, Georgia, because she was getting treatment at Emory University Hospital. And she really believed in their mission, so much so that she would connect other cancer patients with them. During the time she was sick, one of my very good friends, who is no longer with us as well, was diagnosed with leukemia, and he was the breadwinner for the family, and he had kids in college and everything, and it really moved Sunny, that's my daughter, and she helped him find resources, right? Connected him with other organizations, and she would spread sunshine on the cancer floor and the hematology unit at Emory, and just leave little things and trinkets up people's doors. Like we did temporary tattoos and Valentine's one year or whatever. And because I had so much involvement at the grassroots level with fundraising for whatever cause, to be honest with you, including political races and whatnot. And if you can't tell, I have the gift of gab. I decided that, why not support my daughter in what she's doing, let her take center stage and, kind of work in the background and let her tell me what to do, which is what she was really good at, was telling mom what to do. And so I started there. First year after she passed in 2017, we continued to do an annual walk with Light the Night. It's kind of evolved now because of COVID. They don't do it in our area anymore. So I'm kind of noodling on new ideas, but it started off as just trying to keep her memory alive. And I would share 30 Days of Sunny, I called it. I would share it on all my social media during the month of July because her birthday was July 23rd. And it's kind of fortuitous that we're doing this the day before the 1st of July.
Yeah.
And I share stories because, we all know somebody that's had cancer or been impacted somewhere, but really it's the stories behind it. It's the people behind
Right.
it, right? Cancer has a face, it has a heart, it has an emotion tied to it. And I wanted to share who my daughter was with everybody, at the same time honoring her memory and supporting a cause. Then when I got linked in with Tim and you all, and was asked to contribute to the first volume of Perspectives on Cancer, I absolutely said yes. And anytime anybody gives me, time to speak on it, I do. I also make a point to support the babies too, because Sunny, she loved the babies. And she said to me, Mama, I couldn't imagine if I was a little baby, what it would be like to have to go
Yeah.
through all of this, and that resonated with me. And so I became involved with the Sibley Memorial Pediatric Radiology Oncology Unit in Washington, D.C. And every year I put out a Christmas wish list for those kids that are going through treatments there. And people have rallied around that and supported, and anytime I can be just a sounding ear or whatever it is, share people's experiences and try to help them raise funds for their situations as well. That's where I'm at. It's not that I do anything on a grand scale, but just incrementally showing up and incrementally being the change that I want to see.
Well, that's just it too. It's just showing up. I mean, you make a big difference,
Yeah.
but by just showing up and being part of it. And everybody thinks, well, I got to do some big grand thing. You don't.
No.
You just got to do it. Everybody does their little part. It makes such a huge difference. And, I mean, people, I can't even imagine, going through with your daughter and that whole situation. I've been through it with my dad, but still it's totally different, when it's a child and things like that. And everybody, that's why I think that it's so great how people come together, make a difference, advocate for each other, advocate, for themselves and their loved ones throughout the process. It's so critical because we all need it all the time. And I just think, that's how we can keep a positive perspective and stay uplifted, because even through the rough times, we're there for each other, right? Helping each other through. And that's been a great thing about Tim and Perspectives on Cancer, a blessing of an organization that really bonds people together. And I appreciate that. So, okay. So, I just wanted to get a little bit more information about the other things you're doing right now. We're winding down the show already. It goes so fast. So with your new job and all those things, how is that going? Does that tie in at all to the things you're doing? Because it's really what you love. So I'm guessing it is tied in.
100% does. So what we do is we provide healthcare services, whether it be primary care services or specialty care services, dental or vision, to individuals who may be uninsured, underinsured, maybe migrant or immigrant populations, who may be homeless, but we also supply those same services to the community at large as well. And for me, access to care has always been a humongous cause, because I myself was a child of Medicaid. My mom raised us by herself. There was 4 of us driving her crazy, and we were on Medicaid. And there were a couple of times in my life where I had gotten sick that had I not been able to go to see a physician, that could have very well ended up, taking my life. And so I feel like this is my first love, and I'm happy to be back here. The other thing that I like about this space is we kind of are an intermediary too, right? If we don't provide the care, like let's say cancer care, because we're a social agency, we can help link you to other areas for your care. And so being able to make sure that I've crossed the I's and dotted the T's from a financial perspective, you don't necessarily get to see that mission firsthand, but having walked it with so many of my friends, I know that what I do every day, making sure that there's resources available so our physicians can treat our patients, is very important.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's just it. I mean, that is so, so important because I think a lot of times too, the cost of everything and all the details that go into having cancer or any kind of life struggle, health challenge, it's monumental. Trust me, I know this.
Yeah.
I'm going through it still. So, I mean, we need people like you. And it's just such a blessing, all that you're doing and all that, I just appreciate you as a person. Okay. So I need you to wrap things up for me today and tell me,
Sure.
what is your gold nugget of our conversation today? What do you really want people to remember? And let everybody know how they get in touch with you.
Sure. I'm Kara Onorato on Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn as well. I also started a Instagram and Facebook page for my daughter in her memory called Team Sunny's Sunshine. She also has a website out there, teamsunnysunshine.com. Feel free to go look us up. I think the takeaway, the key nugget today is you don't have to be doing things on a grand scale to show up for people. Sometimes it's just sharing one little sentence of your story that catches somebody's eye who's really struggling. And I know that for a fact because I've had complete strangers come up to me who have seen something I've posted or seen something that I've discussed, share with me how it's impacted their life and their outlook, and was it help to them. So you'll never know what a smile even can do.
Yeah, that is so profound what you just said. A simple smile and a kind word. You don't know. I mean, I've been so touched. I try to reach out to others with that all the time, but I personally have been touched by that. And people don't realize, I mean, it's just such a big thing. It seems like such a little thing, right? So you're such a blessing, Kara. Thank you. I appreciate you being here today. I'm looking forward to seeing you in October.
Likewise.
And I was going to tell you, it's funny because we talked about July and things happening in July. I wrote an article on skipping July because when I was 19, I had almost a life-ending fatal car accident in July. I had, my mama and my dad both passed away in July. And I found the wart on the bottom of my foot, which became the cancer in July. So I decided maybe I should just skip July and move on. But July's here tomorrow, so I don't think that's going to happen. Anyway, no, I appreciate you and all that you're doing. Everybody, I want to encourage those that are listening, reach out to Kara. Man, if you need an advocate on your side, if there's things in your life that she can assist you with, or if you just need somebody to deliver a kind word or a smile on the other end of the camera or phone, Kara's definitely your person because she's amazing. So thank you so much for being here. I'm going to say goodbye to you right now, but hang tight in the green room and I'll be right there.
All right. Thanks, Russ.
You bet. Take care. Wow. I'm telling you, amazing. Amazing. I am so thankful. Kara and I, like she said, have been able to, we met quite a long time ago virtually, but we've been able to see each other and talk and all of that on at the Perspectives on Cancer Live Conference, which again is coming up in October, the weekend of October 3rd. If you're wanting to be in New York for that, it's going to be amazing. So contact Tim Sohn on LinkedIn for that. He'll get you all the information. And his contact will probably just pop up magically in the comments here at any moment. And the perspectivesoncancer.com is the page, is the website. So go to that as well. Anyway, so great to see everybody today. Been an amazing day. Don't forget that this will also sit on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook after we're done. So you can share it out. You can still comment. You can still engage with people even after the live is done. People can engage back. There can be live engagement do the comment. So please do that. Reach out to me at russedge.com today. I would love if you do that. Reach out to Kara today. All of her contact information has been in the show notes, in the comments. There it is on the screen. And make sure that you reach out to her and me today, and each other. Do it today. I appreciate it. Hey, Yolanda, just dropped in. How you doing? So listen, have a blessed and amazing day. Remember, be the change that you want to see. Get out there and make a difference in your life. And we'll see you on Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. Be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an amazing day.